Bodine52, how are you folks? I'm lost in the woods. But I need your help on something because I'm on Big Mama 2018 Ultra Limited and I'm thinking about getting a new motorcycle. Stay tuned to find out why. So folks, I am out and about and I just wanted to talk to you about I'm thinking about getting another motorcycle, but we can't tell Mrs. Dean, okay? You promise?
Mr. Bodine.
Oh crap, you're here?
Yep, Mrs. Bodine is still on the back of the bike.
Oh.
Haven't lost me yet.
Ay. Alright, well, I guess there's no better way for you to hear this. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's a good strategy to go out with your wife on the motorcycle and just kind of vlog about something, just to kind of maybe get her used to the idea. So, here goes. By the way, we are going to go through, I think, the north part of Marine State Park. So we found a good road here, but so issue in hand. I have a 2018 Ultra Limited, as many of you know, named Big Mama, and I love Big Mama. She's important to me, but I realized something, and if you've watched a couple of my videos over the last couple of weeks, you'll know that I went on mancation with a couple buddies, and we went and rode four-wheelers and dirt bikes in the West Virginia mountains at a place called Hatfield and McCoy Trails. And we do this every year. So I ride a quad. I have a Polaris EFI 570. It's a 2018. I actually had a 2016, but I upgraded to this one. And this is the second time I've taken this quad on mancation. And I was thinking, one of the days we rode, I don't know, about 75 miles, which is a long way on a mountain. And on the way back, I was just enjoying the scenery, kind of taking it easy on the quad, and was thinking about, wow, this is really fun to hang out with the guys and do this, and you know, we eat too much and have a few adult beverages, and gosh, this is a great road, Mrs. Bodine, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And it was sorry to see our trip ended, but we had a fantastic time, and we do it annually. Usually the last week in March, first week in April, so the trails aren't too packed with folks. But as I got home and I got the quad off, and next morning I went out and washed and cleaned it all up, took all my gear off, packed that away, and I took the quad and put it in my large shed in my backyard. And I was thinking, I do this once a year. Is this really prudent to have? And I think I probably paid $6,000 or $7,000 for the quad, and I own it. But I'm kind of thinking, does it make sense to have something like this? Now, fast forward, just for one trip a year. Fast forward, I have been thinking about getting a second motorcycle. Now, because this motorcycle is going to stay with me forever. But I was thinking of getting a second motorcycle. I had a Street Glide Special before this one, and focus with these beautiful views, isn't it?
Yes.
And we love this bike, and we're going to tour with this bike, and we have some long trips planned with this bike. But she's a heavy girl. That's why we call her Big Mama, right? And to get her in and out of the garage, and I don't think it's some work, but so I've been thinking about getting something used that's just, when I'm out riding by myself, maybe a project to work on instead of the quad. So Mrs. Bodine, you're hearing this first. I am thinking about selling my quad and buying a second motorcycle. Cost neutral, by the way. And I do love our trips, and I could buy an adventure bike and ride it up there on some easy trails, even though I don't know that I would. And, the trail being away is tough, and riding up there is tough. And can we pause just for this view? Oh my gosh. Wow, beautiful. So anyway, there's part of me that says I sure would use that second motorcycle. I could use the room, and maybe I sell the quad. I actually have a 12-foot trailer as well that I could sell. I may keep that though, and get some sort of second bike. Now, as you all know, I'm a Harley guy, but I don't need to be a Harley guy. My main motorcycle I'm going to have as a Harley bagger. But the second one could be something else. I know there's some Kawasaki's and a bunch of different type of bikes that maybe would be a good single type rider second bike. So my question to you folks, and then we're going to let Mrs. Bodine weigh in here because she's the boss. Of course, I just say that when she's on the bike with me. Should I sell the quad, which I only do once a year, on some pretty dangerous riding, and get a second bike? And if so, what would you recommend? I am 6'3", so I need a big bike, or at least a high sitting bike. So that is my dilemma. And now that I realize I forgot Mrs. Bodine was on the back of the bike, now it's our dilemma. So Mrs. Bodine, you have been awfully quiet, and as a married man, I realize that that's a problem. So what's your thoughts?
I don't think you should get rid of your quad.
Really?
Yeah, because you like your mancation.
But it's once a year. And
That's all right.
And I gotta say that if I keep the quad, I really need to do some work to it. I need to put some skid plates on the bottom of it. I really need to upgrade the shocks, because I'm hitting some rocks and stuff that I know I'm just going to cause some damage.
Well, what are you going to do when you go out with Keith and them? You won't be able to go. That'll break Keith's heart.
Oh, I think that Keith will be fine, and Keith has like 6 quads, so I'm sure he'd let me borrow one. But I know, it's one of those things I'm just thinking about, and I appreciate what you're saying. I guess I kind of feel that same way, but
you're thinking too much.
I've wanted a second bike, and
well, you can still get a second bike.
No, too many toys. It's expensive. Got to have insurance. Our daughter's in nursing school, and 5 or 6 years I want to quit working. So, don't really want to have too many toys, right? So, I don't know. It's a dilemma, folks. Mrs. Bodine is weighed in, and she says, I think what she basically said was get a bike and keep the quad. Did you hear that? Did you folks hear that? Please let me know. Did you hear that? All right. That is my dilemma. I am going to end this video on that note. Mrs. Bodine, you are a darling for trying to let me get what I wanted. And always the sound of reasoning. especially when you're agreeing with me. All right, folks, that is it from us. Hope you are able to get out on your motorcycle, your three-wheeler, your bicycle, or whatever to enjoy being outside. And here's to Allegra and Zyrtec for helping all of our allergies because the trees are out. So, all right, Mrs. Bodine, any parting comments for all the people that follow us that I'm not sure I understand why, because I think I'm a little wacky? Any additional comments while we stop at this light?
Have a great week, everyone, and thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing.
Oh, you're good. So should they subscribe if they're just watching and haven't yet?
Yep.
All right, you should hit that button down in the bottom right. Join the Bodine family. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Be safe, and make sure to hug a loved one today. And be safe whether you're on the motorcycle or off the motorcycle. Thanks.